Good evening, good morning, good day, and good night. I am Leo Brown, and this is another edition of Psychic's Perspective. We are now completing our Actors Week. So far, we have done perspectives on Lakeith Stanfield and Justice Smollett. To round out our last perspective, I'm doing a perspective on star of stage and screen, Mr. Billy Porter. Okay, so before I get into it, make sure you guys like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, and most of all, subscribe, become a sugar bear. I know that the week is pretty much over because it's the weekend, but anyway, I know that the week is pretty much over, but I wanted to come on and do this for you guys and complete it. I hope you guys have been enjoying my um, readings and perspectives thus far. So let me give you a little background about Mr. Billy Porter. Billy Porter is the star of stage and screen. He's most known for his role in the series Pose with Michaela Jane, Angelica Ross, and Michaela J. Rodriguez, Angelica Ross, and Lord have mercy, I see her face, and she plays Electra, and she's actually she's one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite actresses, Dominique Jackson. I couldn't, sorry, I couldn't remember your name. But he actually got his start in the theater. He's actually best well known as a Tony Award winning actor in such plays as The Full Monty and most notably Kinky Boots. Because Kinky Boots was really how his career really like blew up, was Kinky Boots. But then Pose just kind of put him on a whole nother level. And he's also a singer. He actually, if you've ever seen the first Wives Club, he actually sung the song Love is on the Way, which is actually one of my favorite songs. Celine Dion did a cover of it on her Let's Talk About Love album. And he's also in I think it's the Lonely Hearts Club, which is a gay movie. It's with Dean Cain, and it's cute. I think they're like a baseball team because it's been forever since I've seen it, but it's a really cute movie. So that's how I knew of Billy Porter. That's how Billy Porter came into my world. So I've been following Mr. Porter for quite some time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do his perspective today. Hope you guys are having a good day thus far. I'm also going to come on here and start doing more personal videos too, because I also feel like, don't get me wrong, I love doing the psychic, readings, and I love doing it, but I want to do things that create more feedback. Like people really love my Andre Leon Talley video, which I thank you guys so much for that. But I'm definitely going to do more personal videos too. So anyway, but let me get started on Mr. Billy Porter. Oh, and he also hails from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is the birthplace of jazz and R&B legend Miss Phyllis Hyman. Okay, Billy Porter, and our very own Milan Trezor, aka Billy Boy, aka James Caldwell. There we go. I couldn't get it out. All right, here we go. Billy Porter. So I'm telling me to stop here. And I am going to pull some cards. On my last reading, which was Lakeith Stanfield, I didn't pull any, but I'm going to pull some for him. Even though it's funny, because the first thing I get around you, Mr. Porter, is I get fashion. I get runways. I get you. I feel like your next go around is not going to be so much in, you will be acting. You will be doing acting, but I see you being like a spokesperson for like clothing companies. I see a fragrance or fragrances coming out. I see like a couture line. There's something you're going to end up doing regarding the clothing industry. I feel like that's really where you're going to shine, because what I get around you, Mr. Porter, is a lot of creativity. So let's see. I'm going to pull some cards. Okay. So, all right. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of sevens in this. And sevens in Christianity are all about completion. Seven in terms of non-Christian beliefs, sevens are all about the energy of water. They deal with the planet of Neptune, I believe. I think I'm right. Yeah. Um, and so it's all about dreams. It's all about aspirations, fantasies, things like that, things that you want to create. So like I said, a lot of creativity. So what I'm getting around you now is a lot of deals, a lot of decisions. So the Lovers card, that's the card that pops out to me first. So what this is telling me is that you're making a lot of decisions about what you want to do, what's your next move. You won your Emmy, you won your Tony. I feel like you want to get into acting, but I hear the word Oscar. I feel like you want to do work. I get Oscar winning work either in front or behind the camera, because I'm also seeing you writing or doing screenplays. And I'm also picking up theater as well. Again, I feel like theater is a big deal for you too. So I feel like you want to go back to theater. So I feel like you have a lot on the table right now. I keep seeing clothing. I keep seeing, and I feel like you are going to do music, but I want to say like, oh gosh, like I get like jazz, I get gospel, I get dance, I get like at least 4 different genres of music. And you're gonna release them, and I actually feel like you're gonna release them independently or on your own label. There's a lot of things you want to do regarding that as well. And I'm also picking up a lot to do with you in talk shows or having a talk show. There's something that you want to do where your voice is being heard, because I literally hear you going, so what it's telling me is that you want to really use your voice, like you really do. The other card that pops out to me is the Seven of Wands. And Seven of Wands, usually the wands in general just deal with business, it deals with social interaction, it deals with work, it deals with um, fire, energy, things like that, passion. So what this is telling me is that you're definitely raring to go. You know what I mean? And you definitely see the deals in front of you, but at the same time, you're also like, you're looking into factors like, I'm in my 40s, I'm in my mid 40s, I'm older. There are things I won't do. I'm not trying to compete with these young people out here. Like a lot of this has to do with competition. And it's not necessarily competition with others. It's more so competition with yourself, which is I think why people often you often come off as standoffish to people sometimes, or people think that about you, but it's not that. It's just that you really are. What I hear in my head is like it's like I hear the man in the mirror. So it's like you're battling with you, and that's why sometimes you can be a bit icy. You don't mean to be, but you feel that your greatest competition is yourself. And I'm also getting a European connection, Italy, uh, Denmark, places like that. I get Brussels, like those areas, like a lot of international things are coming to you as well. Probably in the next 3-4 months, 3-4 years, because I have the numbers 3 and 4 around you. But I feel like you really are every day. You're looking at things and you're like, you know what? This is what I have to do. And there are moments and times where I feel like you love what you do, but the grind of it all can be a bit much. But you love what you do. And I kind of get you not wanting to retire, but you want to have kind of you want to have you want to be active, but you want to have a quiet life, if that makes any sense. Like your main goal right now is peace of mind, peace of self. So I really feel like you're really taking care of you. And I also get that you writing your book, and by the way, he does have a memoir called Unprotected. You writing your book, that was the start of you letting go of a lot. You letting go of that shell, that hardened way. I think you're becoming a lot more lighter, a lot calmer. You're doing a lot of shadow work, hence this card too. So you're really working on you. And I think in turn, because of that, it's helping you make better decisions, better choices. Um, let's see. My next card is the Nine of Swords. So this has to do with the past. So what this is telling me, and this makes me think of you in your book, because I see you writing, and I actually get it. You may write two more, because I feel like there's so many layers to your journey. And what I'm picking up around you, Mr. Porter, is it feels like to me, you really are at a point now where you're, like I was saying before, you're letting go of a lot. You're letting go of fears and worries and doubts, because that's really what this means. And sometimes you can be in your own way by getting in your head. Um, but you're trying to let that go. It's just hard, but that's one of the reasons why you decided to do the book. That's why you decided to be open about, where you've been, your status, everything, and I see you actually speaking. I see you reaching out to organizations, not necessarily as entertainment, but as telling your story and motivate, because I literally hear you motivating people, talking to people, things like that. So you definitely have some things going on. And I feel like in the month of May or either June, you're gonna start like a little tour for yourself, and you just going around the country. And I get like New York, I get of course Pennsylvania, I get Florida, like you're gonna be doing a lot of different things. And it's gonna be very impactful. It's gonna start small, but it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. And I get something to do with you and an award with either logo or GLAAD as well. So yeah, you've got some things going on. So I'm gonna go with this one because this is the last card that I pulled, but it's not the last card that it's not. This is the last card that I pulled, but I'm gonna go with this one because I'm being told to use it. So this is the Seven of Cups. So what this is telling me is that, like I said, sevens in Christian mythology, seven deals with completion. Excuse me. In this case, seven deals with, you know, you are thinking more so about the future. You're not worried about it like you used to be, but it's still like in your mind. You're still like, okay, I just want to make sure that I'm okay. Because your main thing is, I'm gonna pull out this card now, Queen of Pentacles. Your main thing is about stability. So what this is telling me is not just financial, it's stability within yourself. It's you working on your emotional health, your mental health, your spiritual health. Um, and you having to let go of a lot of things. You just going like, I'm gonna leave it up to the Lord. I'm gonna let go and let God. That's just where you're at right now. And I think also what's helping you with that is your husband. Your husband's helping you to realize, like, baby, you don't need to worry so much. We got it. We're gonna be okay. And I don't feel that this is just you. It's more so like your family. I feel like certain family members. I get like your mother and maybe three other people around you that you really are like protective of and you take care of and things like that. So you're always on point. You're always, about it, not just when it comes to financially, but how you doing? What's going on with you? Are you okay? Blah, 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 blah. Things like that. But most of all, you're really at a point where you're taking care of yourself, eating better, getting better sleep. Um, let's see, not worrying about, the next big thing. You're trying, you're getting out, like you're slowly growing out of that. But I feel like your husband really helps you because your husband anchors you and keeps you grounded. And that's really, really important to you. Um, I also pick up that you're really trying to, dare I say, I kind of get like make friends, but I'm also getting you repairing relationships too, because it feels like you're repairing a lot of relationships. You're saying sorry to a lot of people. You're admitting where you're wrong. You're holding yourself accountable. And I also get that when it comes to like your postcast and people like that, you're not that you did anything wrong, but I think you're making like you're seeing like you're going back, but you're also moving forward and you're saying, now I can see where I might have been a bit much, or I might have rolled it a little too hard, or I was a little too analytical, things like that. So I see you really writing a lot of wrongs, but a lot of it is because you're feeling like, what, this is something that I have to do. I don't, how do I say it? I want to do it, not because I have to because I want to. Because your main thing right now is healing. I feel like healing is very important to you. Healing a lot of old wounds, healing wounds within yourself. I get a lot to do with you and you being a young boy. I want to say 14 to 17, like those ages, and you're like, yeah, let me heal that. Let me heal that guy, in his early 20s, and even in his 30s, who didn't know who he was, who, felt that he had to be mean to get, his point across. So I feel like you're really working on that, and it's slow. And I want to say this, give yourself a little pat on the back, don't be so hard on yourself and give yourself some credit. You've come very far and you have a lot more to go. You're going to do a lot more. And I do see you doing more movies and things like that, but you're going to be another one who's going to be very selective about the work you do, almost in the reign. And I mean like in the reign of the kind of work you do, like a Cicely Tyson. Like it has to be work that not only you like you have to love the piece, but it has to be work that you feel will represent the unrepresented. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that, but I definitely see the fashion thing. I feel like fashion is right up your alley. I keep seeing fragrances and you being spokespersons for fashion lines and you doing runways and things like that. So you got a lot on your plate, but I just see you being selective of what you choose to do and how you choose to do it as well. So you're very much planning, you're plotting and planning. People don't think that, but you are. So that's what I was getting for you, Mr. Billy Porter. I hope that this made sense. I hope that it resonated. And even if it didn't, please let me know. I really enjoy you. I think you're a wonderful artist. I think you have a great talent. You've always had a great talent, but I think now the world is starting to see it. So I think that's a wonderful thing. And for those of you who have enjoyed my perspectives thus far, and you like a reading outside of this medium, please log into my website, psychicleo.com. You can also follow me on various forms of social media, except Periscope, Snapchat, and TikTok. I refuse to get those because I don't know how they work. But anyway, so until next time, my sugar bears, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a great weekend. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will talk with you very, very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.